Hi kids, it's Miss Jo here. Well, this week we are leaving our New Testament stories and jumping right back to the Old Testament. And we're going to be starting a new unit called Epic. I wonder what epic means. I'm going to look in my really big book of what words mean. Oh my goodness me. There we go. Epic. Epic means something that is amazing, great, or unforgettable. Now in November, I know that in KiC AM and at KiC at Night, we were talking about the Israelites. God had helped them to get out of slavery in Egypt, and as they were leaving Egypt, the Egyptians gave them all sorts of gold. And then God parted the Red Sea so that they could escape, and then he gave them the 10 Commandments. Now today, we are going to be hearing about the next part of this epic adventure. They're building something called a tabernacle. Now, I can't wait to see who's going to tell us a story and to find out what is a tabernacle. But first, we are going to sing together. Everybody ready? Then let's worship.
Open my eyes so I can see the wonderful things you have for me. Open my eyes so I can be all that you have planned for me. Head up, head down, arms to the sky, arms to the ground. Come on now, spin around. Stop, monkey with it. So I can see the wonderful things you have for me. Open my eyes so I can be all that you have planned for me. Head up, head down, arms to the sky, arms to the ground. Come on now, spin around. Stop, monkey with it. Head up, head down, arms to the sky, arms to the ground. Come on now, spin around. Stop, monkey with it.
Hi kids, I'm Mr. Lewis. Some of you know me because I teach at 2nd and 3rd grade class. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting in front of this tent. Well, this tent reminds me of a story about when the Israelites built God a tent. Hey, I think we have a video for that. Do you want to see it?
When Moses was on the mountain with God, God said, "Tell the Israelites to make a tabernacle for me, so that I may dwell among them." God gave Moses very specific instructions for building a tabernacle. The tabernacle would be a really big tent that the Israelites could take with them. The tabernacle would be where God met his people. "Make it exactly like I show you," God said. So Moses gathered all the Israelites together. He told them everything God had said. He asked them to bring materials: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, fine linen and goat hair, animal skins, wood, oil, spices, and gemstones. God gave 2 men, Bezalel and Aholiab, special skills for building and creating things. Bezalel, Aholiab, and all the other skilled craftsmen came together to build the tabernacle for God. At the same time, people kept bringing offerings of what they had. Pretty soon, the craftsmen came to Moses and said, "The people are bringing more than enough. We don't need all of this." So Moses told the Israelites to stop bringing their offerings. They built the tabernacle just as God had instructed. The tabernacle had 10 curtains made out of linen, and each curtain was 42 feet long. 11 curtains made out of goat hair formed a tent over the tabernacle. Inside the tabernacle, the people made a veil. They made an ark, a table, a lampstand, and many other parts. Every part had its special purpose and was made just as God had said. When the time came, God told Moses how to set up the tabernacle. God told him how to anoint the tabernacle so that it would be holy. Anoint means to pour oil on. God told Moses to bring Aaron and his sons to the entrance of the tabernacle. Aaron put on the holy garments, and Moses anointed him to be priest. Aaron's sons were also anointed to serve God as priests. Moses did exactly what God commanded, and the tabernacle was finally finished. God had led the Israelites from a cloud, and now the cloud covered the tabernacle. God's glory filled the tabernacle. God made a sign for the people. If the cloud covered the tabernacle, the people would stay where they were. When the cloud lifted from the tabernacle, the Israelites would move and take the tabernacle with them. The cloud of the Lord was on the tabernacle during the day, and fire was inside the cloud at night. All the Israelites could see it as they traveled. God instructed the Israelites to build a tabernacle where he would dwell with them. God desires to be with his people. As part of his plan to save sinners, God sent Jesus to tabernacle or dwell with people on earth.
Hey, that was really interesting. You know, I find it hard to imagine God living in a tent in the desert. Let me ask you a question. Do you think God needed a tabernacle to spend time with the people? No, God didn't need a tabernacle. He could spend time with them anywhere, anytime he wanted. He gave the people the tabernacle so that they would remember he's holy and that they would worship him. You know, it's pretty easy to remember God loves you and wants to spend time with you when you've got a giant tent in the middle of your camp. God gave us our church too, so that we could worship together and love him here. But you know what? We haven't been able to spend a lot of time at the church recently. Well, we'll be able to come back again someday. But just like the tabernacle, God doesn't need our church building to be able to spend time with us. You know, God can spend time with you when you're home with your family, or when you're learning about him like we are right now on TV, or even when you're alone in your bedroom. God is there with you. Hey, you know what? That reminds me of, hold on, the big idea. This week's big idea is, I can spend time with God anywhere. Did you know that? You can spend time with God anywhere you go, because God is omnipresent. You know what that means? That's just a fancy word that means God is everywhere, all the time. Hey, let's stop right now and thank God for that. Let's get into a prayer position. Dear God, we know that you're an awesome and mighty God, and that you don't need to spend time with us, but that you love us enough that you want to spend time with us. Help us, Lord, to remember that you're with us always, no matter where we are, and help us to love you more and more every day. I wonder, do you have any tents at home? Maybe if your mom and dad say it's okay, you can set up your tent and play in it, and remember about the tabernacle, and remember that God loves you and wants to spend time with you no matter where you are. Now, I know some of you kids don't have a tent. When I was a kid, I didn't have a tent either. So what my sister and I would do is we would take all the blankets and sheets and we would drape them over chairs and tables, and we'd make forts. You know what? If you make your tent or fort and you take a picture of it, you can send it to Miss Laurie, or have Mom and Dad post it on the KiC Parent Facebook page. And maybe we can look at them all together. Well, I hope you come back next week, because next week we're going to learn more about the Israelites and what they did in the desert. Hey, Miss Laurie, you got any marshmallows?